On the channel Chokhmah, this study opens with a necessary precision. Its purpose is not to defend Sola Scriptura, nor is it intended to refute it. The scope is narrower, yet more rigorous, to examine a specific argument frequently raised in contemporary theological debate. An argument formulated as follows: Acts 8 proves that Scripture alone is insufficient, and that an ecclesial structure is indispensable for its proper understanding. Before drawing any conclusion, a certain posture is required. It is written, "Examine all things, hold fast to what is good." 1 Thessalonians 5:21. This statement sets the framework. No confessional reflex, no defensive reading, but a patient and honest process of examination. In the same spirit, the Scriptures speak of the Bereans, described as those who examined daily whether what they were being told was accurate. Acts 17:11. The stance adopted here is deliberately restrained, neither Catholic nor militantly Protestant, but scriptural and contextual. For that is where the real question lies. What does Acts 8 actually say? And, perhaps even more importantly, what does it not say? Before any interpretation, before any doctrinal projection, we must return to the text itself, to its setting, to its scene, to its actors. It is this passage, simple in appearance, yet profound in reality, that we will first present. Chapter 1. Presentation of the passage. The account of Acts 8 unfolds at an absolutely singular moment in biblical history. We are just after the crucifixion, the resurrection, and Pentecost. The foundational events have just taken place, yet their implications are not fully understood. The gospel is beginning to spread, carried by witnesses, journeys, and unexpected encounters. The Second Testament, as we know it today, does not yet exist in a constituted form. No fixed canon, no assembled corpus. The messianic prophecies have only just been fulfilled, and their interpretation remains largely open, sometimes even disconcerting. It is within this context that the figures of the narrative emerge. The Ethiopian man is a high-ranking official, responsible for royal finances. He is not ignorant. He knows how to read. He possesses a scroll of the prophet Isaiah, an object that is rare, costly, and reserved for an educated elite. He reads Scripture voluntarily, without compulsion. Likely a proselyte or a God-fearer, he stands at the threshold of Israel, drawn to the God of Israel, without being fully integrated into the people. Opposite him stands Philip, one of the 7 mentioned in Acts 6, an itinerant evangelist sent out on the roads, not rooted in any institutional function. He is neither an apostle, nor a bishop, nor the holder of hierarchical authority. He proclaims, he explains, and he disappears. But the true initiator of the scene is neither of the two. It is written, "The Spirit said to Philip, 'Go over and join this chariot.'" The Holy Spirit orchestrates the encounter and brings it to its close. It is written again that Philip is then taken away, with no institution founded, no structure left behind. The heart of the dialogue rests on a precise text, Isaiah 53, the Song of the Suffering Servant, a major messianic prophecy, long debated within Judaism. The text speaks of a servant, a central Hebraism, Eved, a figure at once humiliated, innocent, and bearer of salvation. The question posed by the Ethiopian is simple, yet abyssal. About whom, I ask you, does the prophet say this? About himself or about someone else? The text is there. The reading is real. But the interpretation remains open. At this stage, the observation is clear. Acts 8 describes a meeting, a text, an explanation, but no lasting structure. What remains then is to examine what this account affirms theologically and what it does not affirm. It is this analysis that we will now undertake. Chapter 2: Theological and Textual Analysis. The question formulated by the Ethiopian is often cited as proof against the sufficiency of Scripture. But one must still listen carefully to what he actually says, and to what the text truly allows us to conclude. It is written, "How could I, unless someone guides me?" Acts 8:31. The verb used here is a precise Greek term, hodigisi. It means to guide, to show the way, to lead momentarily. It describes a concrete act, immediate and contextual. This term implies neither a permanent institution, nor a magisterium, nor a hierarchical structure. It does not refer to a transmitted system, but to circumstantial help, an accompaniment, not a delegation of authority. The next question in the narrative allows us to specify the nature of the issue even further. The Ethiopian does not ask how to read, nor how to interpret the text grammatically. His difficulty is not the clarity of Scripture, nor its readability. His question concerns identity. About whom does the prophet speak? We are therefore facing a messianic problem, not a hermeneutical one. The text is understood in its form, but its fulfillment remains veiled. It is not Scripture that is obscure, it is the messianic event that is still recent, still in the process of being understood. Philip's response confirms this reading. It is written, beginning with this passage of Scripture, he proclaimed Jesus to him. Acts 8:35. Philip does not depart from the text. He adds no parallel tradition. He invokes no ecclesial authority, no institutional function. He starts from Scripture. He explains Scripture through Christ. His approach is Christocentric, not institutional. The explanation does not replace the text. It illuminates it through fulfillment. Thus, the heart of the narrative does not lie in an opposition between Scripture and human mediation. It lies elsewhere, in the recognition of what the text announces and of what history has just fulfilled. It is this key to understanding, deeply messianic, that we must now examine. Chapter 3: The Key to Understanding, Messianic Fulfillment. The heart of the account in Acts 8 cannot be understood without measuring the proximity of the events. Jesus has just been crucified. He has just been raised from the dead. The proclamation of these facts is still recent, fragmentary, and unevenly spread. The messianic prophecies, long read in expectation, have only just found their fulfillment. It is therefore entirely coherent that the Ethiopian does not yet make the connection. His lack of understanding is neither a fault nor a spiritual deficiency. It is the reflection of a precise moment in the history of salvation. The Scriptures themselves testify to this reality. It is written, "A veil remains, but when one turns to the Lord, the veil is removed." This veil is not the obscurity of the text, but the veil of an expectation not yet fulfilled. A temporal veil linked to a fulfillment still unseen. It is written again, "He opened their understanding to comprehend the Scriptures." Even the apostles, though close to Jesus, had not understood before the resurrection. This observation is decisive. The problem was not Scripture. It was the moment in the history of salvation. It is here that the argument for structural dependence begins to weaken. It is written, "Philip was taken away, and the eunuch went on his way, rejoicing." Philip disappears. No structure is left in place, no prolonged instruction, no hierarchy. And yet, the man believes. He is baptized. He departs saved. The text does not describe an institutional dependence, but a momentary revelation, a decisive encounter, a flash of understanding at the appointed time. In light of these elements, one question remains. If Acts 8 teaches neither an isolated self-sufficiency nor submission to a permanent structure, what does it truly say, and what does it not say? It is this final discernment that we must now articulate. Conclusion: what Acts 8 says and what it does not say. The account of Acts 8 affirms several things with clarity. First, it shows that messianic prophecies become fully intelligible after their fulfillment. The text is not altered, it is illuminated by the event. The death and resurrection of the Messiah transform the reading, not Scripture itself. Acts 8 also affirms that Christ is the key to reading the Scriptures. Understanding arises when the text is reread in the light of what has been fulfilled, not through an external addition, but through an inner revelation. Finally, the narrative shows that God uses servants to proclaim the gospel. Men who are sent, mobile, sometimes fleeting, yet faithful to the text they proclaim. But the passage is just as clear about what it does not say. It does not say that Scripture is insufficient by nature. It does not say that an institutional church is necessary to understand the Bible. It does not say that the believer depends permanently on a human authority to access the truth. Acts 8, therefore, allows neither a refutation nor a proof of Sola Scriptura. It tells something else. The encounter between a fulfilled prophecy and a man to whom Christ is revealed, at the appointed moment in the history of salvation. On the channel Chokhmah, this study comes to an end in the same posture with which it began. It is written, "Examine all things, hold fast to what is good,